morning, my students. I hope you're doing fine. Today, this video is talking about expository writing, a specific type, advantages and disadvantages. To begin with, students should be able to brainstorm their ideas for an essay properly, write an advantages, disadvantages essay correctly. Presenting information by shedding light on the advantages and disadvantages of a certain topic is one way to write an expository essay. Note that as any kind of informative writing, students should have sufficient information and knowledge regarding the topic to write a good level essay with quite rich points of view. So, the subtopic of reading and researching is very essential as a prior step. If you don't have enough information to write an essay, you're not going to be able to do so. Here it's time to read and research about the topic before you even start. Students must widen their horizon as they present their ideas. They should keep in mind to tackle the topic from different angles. A major strategy to do so is by categorizing ideas. Any topic could be analyzed based on several categories or aspects. So what do I mean by these categories or aspects? You have, for example, social, economic, and economic is not economical. There's a difference between the two words. Economic means trade, agriculture, industry, tourism. Psychological, medical, emotional, physical, environmental, legal, humanitarian, and so many other categories. Step 2. Brainstorming and planning your essay. Both are very important, yet many students neglect them, unfortunately, and they start writing right away. You have to stop that. Stop yourself. These two steps are very, very essential. Brainstorming is to sketch down on the draft paper the information you already know about the topic. This helps you determine if further reading or researching are required. You may not even need to, but you have to test yourself first. Once brainstorming is done, choose the ideas you find as most interesting, new, and original. You cannot write everything that comes up to your mind. Determine the order you like to present the ideas in, and usually you have to start with the most important to the least important. Step 3. Write the thesis. We all know that thesis statement is very important, and it's the last sentence of the introduction. Thesis usually consists of, especially in the expository essay, it consists of topic, subtopic 1, subtopic 2, subtopic 3. Depends on how many subtopics you're supposed to write about. These are determined in the prompt itself. So, for example, if the prompt requires you to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of hunting wild animals, topic is hunting wild animals. Subtopic 1 is advantages. Subtopic 2 is disadvantages. Now you have to collect these 3 points in one sentence, which is the thesis statement. As a practice, I want you to take a minute or two and try to write a thesis statement given the above topic and subtopics. Here is an example. Hunting wild animals is a practice that holds several advantages as well as advantages. Hunting wild animals is the topic. Several advantages, that's subtopic 1. Disadvantages, that's subtopic 2. If you are asked to, for example, suggest solutions, then there would be a third subtopic. Keep in mind that each subtopic is discussed in a separate body paragraph. Hence, the more subtopics you have, the more body paragraphs there would be. So whenever the teacher looks at the thesis statements, she has to be able to count the subtopics, and she should find that they suit the same and have the same number of the body paragraphs. Step 4 is developing the ideas. The parts of the essay are very known. You have the introduction, There are several types of introductions, starting with a general opening statement, narrowing the ideas gradually, and ending with a thesis is one of several. Second part are the body paragraphs. Each paragraph should begin in topic sentence, which reflects the subtopic, and this is very important. You cannot start your body paragraph randomly. There should be a clear statement that tells the teacher what this body paragraph is talking about. Some transitions could be to begin with. To begin with, deep analysis and thorough reading proves that hunting wild animals may have some advantages on environment and economy. I want you to note how I used categories. In this topic sentence, the teacher would be able to know that the student is going to talk about the advantages of hunting wild animals on both environment and economy. Clear ideas and straightforward. The third part of an essay, of course, it's the conclusion, in which you have to restate the thesis statement, and then you could add a final thought or suggestions and advice, prediction of future, whatever you like. Final notes, general notes. As a writer yourself, don't forget to use transitions in a balanced way, though. Not too much, not too little. For example, to begin with, in addition, moreover, furthermore, etc. You have to achieve credibility by using evidence. You are a writer, so you have to pay attention. You want your reader to believe you. Use statistics, experts' opinion, names of real people, etc. Do not beat around the bush. Keep your ideas direct and straightforward. There is a specific word range. And finally, you have to revise your essay, paying attention to the point of view you have used, I mean the pronouns, the tenses. Make sure you have no mistakes. Now, here's the practice, the prompt. COVID-19 represents the single greatest inflection point that global society has experienced. How we manage through this pandemic and its aftermath will impact the course of humanity for decades to come. This is said by Tom Galway. Now you have to write a 250-300 word essay in which you shed light on both disadvantages and, surprisingly, advantages of the famous international coronavirus. Support the facts you present with ample examples. Of course, keep in mind the spelling, grammar, and punctuation. Thank you for listening, and best of luck.